I'd like to commence this video with a request. For those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions, especially if my guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, I kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering my presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore my Patreon support tier or check out my various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. You can find the link in the bio and comment section below. Thank you for considering and supporting me. Mariners vs. Orioles. My team pick is Orioles to win. These odds are very similar to one another on the money line, but the Baltimore Orioles are clearly the better team. In the month of May, both Luis Castillo and Dean Kramer have been pitching at a very similar level, as Luis Castillo has a 2.84 ERA and a 0.95 WHIP in his 2 starts, 12.2 innings, while Dean Kramer has pitched to a 2.31 ERA and a 1.28 batting average against in 2 starts, 11.2 innings. These offenses showcased a major difference between these teams on the offensive side of the game. Looking at how well these offenses have been performing in the last week shows a major difference, as the Mariners are averaging 3.83 runs in their last 6 games, while the Orioles are scoring 4.2 runs in their previous 5 games. Even the team as a whole in the month of May shows a significant difference, as the Orioles are leading Major League Baseball with a 2.29 team ERA in their 13 games, while the Mariners are 21st in the big leagues with a 4.36 team ERA in their first 15 games of the calendar month. All in all, go with the Baltimore Orioles to pick up a win inside Camden Yards as the overall better team up to this point. My total pick is under 7.5 runs. These starting pitchers have been doing an incredible job in terms of limiting what they are going to give up. Luis Castillo has a .239 opposing batting average this season, while Dean Kramer has a .190 batting average against up to this point. Even the bullpens have been doing an outstanding job, as the Mariners are 10th in the sport with a 3.44 reliever ERA, while the Orioles are 4th in baseball with a 3.23 bullpen ERA. Both teams had their starter on Friday pitch into the 6th inning, so they did not need to burn too many bullpen pieces. Go with under 7.5 runs in this game, as these teams are going to be able to avoid innings where they give up too many runs on Saturday. Mets vs. Marlins. My team pick is Mets to win. The New York Mets need to win this game and the series. The Marlins are going to lose 100 games and are looking to continue to trade players as they begin another rebuild. They have been playing better recently but are unreliable at home, recording only 7 home wins on the season. Furthermore, Mets starter Luis Severino has been reliable, conceding 2 or fewer runs in 5 of his last 7 outings. He held the Braves to just 2 runs last time out. The Mets bats will produce against Braxton Garrett in this game. He made his season debut last weekend and surrendered 5 runs against the Phillies. Garrett posted a mediocre 4.08 ERA against the Mets last season. My total pick is over the total. Nationals vs. Phillies. My team pick is Phillies minus 1.5 runs. The Phillies do not lose much, but they just dropped the last game in their series against the Mets. The margins are slim at the top of the NL East, so Philly will try to get every win possible to stay on top of the Braves in the division. Sanchez is on the mound for Philly, and he has been excellent at limiting home runs. He has only allowed 1 homer all season over 42 innings. He has a 3.43 ERA, and the bullpen behind him is strong, as the pitching staff is ranked 3rd in the majors with a 3.17 ERA as a group. Washington is 12th on that list, but they have not had much luck with Gore on the mound recently. The Nationals lost 4 of their last 5 games when Gore gets the start, and he has given up at least 2 earned runs in 4 of those 5 as well. Even with Turner out, the Phillies still have a long list of capable hitters who can put runs on the board. The Phillies have 5 players with 21 or more RBIs, which is significant because the team leader on the Nationals is Joey Menezes, and he has just 21 RBIs on the season. Philly has too much offense and will pick up a big win here. Take the Phillies on the run line. My total pick is over the total. Twins versus Guardians. My team pick is Cleveland to win. The Twins got knocked back a bit before arriving in Cleveland, as the Yankees swept them in 3 games at home as their offense scored just 1 total run. They had struck out 380 times and drawn 125 walks. Willie Castro leads the team with 39 hits, collecting 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs in the process. Over his last 11 games, the outfielder had only 8 hits, 2 RBI, and 3 runs. Castro leads the club with 6 stolen bases on the year. In the pitching department, Minnesota had a 4.03 team ERA through 43 games, with a 1.26 whip. Their bullpen has done a decent job, going 8-6 with 14 saves and a 3.61 ERA with 174 strikeouts over 152 innings of work. Ober is coming off of one of the best outings of his young career, striking out 10 in 6.1 innings of one-hit ball. Over his last 5 starts, the Twins starter is 4-0 with a 2.64 ERA and 34 strikeouts over 30.2 innings. Opponents are hitting just .195 against him this season. In 5 career starts against Cleveland, Ober is 1-1 with a 1.29 ERA. These teams met back in early April for a 3-game series in Minnesota, but were only able to get 2 of those games in, both won by the Guardians. Cleveland comes into this series in much better shape than Minnesota, who were definitely set back by the Yankees. Ober has some good numbers for Minnesota this season, and he looked very sharp in his last outing, but in 5 road starts, he had a 4.67 ERA this season. Allen snapping out of his funk in his last outing is a big plus for a Cleveland staff that was already going pretty well. Look for another strong outing from the home team starter here. Cleveland is 7-3 in their last 10 games against the Twins. Take the Guardians. My total pick is under 7.5 runs. On the pitching end, Cleveland staff has recorded a 3.39 team ERA over 44 games, 6th in the American League. Their bullpen has been one of the best going, topping the AL with a 2.44 ERA, 13 wins and 14 saves in 169.2 innings. Overall, the Guardians' pitching staff has struck out 393 batters, the 3rd most in the AL. Allen finally snapped out of a rough patch, throwing 6 scoreless innings in his last start, allowing 6 hits and a walk. In his 6 starts before that, he had an 8.13 ERA as teams hit .319 against him, with 7 home runs. He does lead the club with 4 wins, but the team is just 5-4 when Allen starts. In the 2 prior meetings this season, the teams averaged a combined 5 runs per game as both hit the under. This season there have been 42 games between the 2 teams that have hit on the under, thanks in large part to some very strong pitching. Both sides do have very capable offenses, but when they link up things tend to get a bit tighter at the plate. The under is 7-3 in the last 10 meetings between these teams, with 7 of those games having at least one of the teams scoring 2 runs or less. The Twins' offense was nearly invisible against the Yankees, and they have scored 3 runs or less in 4 of their last 6 games. The Guardians were blanked in their last game on the road and scored 3 runs or less in 4 of their 6 on that trip. Take the under.